Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Reinventing Mental Health, where we are looking at root causes for mental health and then also talking about natural interventions. Today, we have with us our friend Kari Oshien. So, can you tell us a little bit about you, what you do, and why you do it?
Yes, I'm a stay-at-home mom right now. I homeschool two of our older kids. I have four children. I actually used to be a special ed teacher for 13 years. That is where my background and my education is. And I guess I'm using it somewhat in raising my kids. But really, I think if we want to start talk about like the natural health, how did I get into that aspect? I got into natural health before my husband did. Some people know my husband because I started taking off and learning things, and he was like, no, he wanted nothing to do with essential oils or anything. And then all of a sudden he learned and he just shot past me like this. And I'm still trucking up the hill and he's already at the top. So my journey started, I want to say, it was before we had kids, thank God. And I remember it was like, oh, I need to exit out of something or it's going to keep beeping. Anyway, he there were a lot of medications that one could take. Like I would take over the counter Tylenol, and I just came to a point. I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to take that. And I decided, it was honestly probably 20 years ago at this point. I'm 42. So in my early 20s that I made the choice, I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to start looking into the more natural health realm. And then it's just taken off from that. You find one thing, it cascades to the next, and it just keeps building, and you find out more things and follow more rabbit holes.
So, what is the thing that you are the most focused on right now as far as the natural health space?
Okay. I was going to say my kids probably, but no. The natural health, I think trying to find balance within my body, not forcing things. I feel as I've gotten older, that's more what I'm aligning with. Giving my body something that it might need, seeing if it does need it, offering it, and if it doesn't, we'll move on. And I think that's the biggest core of what I'm always trying to do. We're always trying to look at lowering inflammation. What can do that? How can you move your body? Like some of the body massages and like clearing the lymph nodes, the gua sha to move things around. I do appreciate and I really like diving into those things. I suppose that's probably more what I'm into. I'm not a massage therapist by any means. I'm the person who never goes and gets a massage, and I should. But I do love that aspect because those are things you can do for free. I always like finding the things you can do that don't cost an arm and a leg to support someone's body system, because that's really where it's at. Even if you have a headache, you might be treating a symptom, but it's not getting to the root core. And I just think supporting your body systems and where your body is at is a great place to start. So that's what I like right now.
Okay. So, in your personal experience, what has your health journey been?
My personal experience, for the most part, I've really been basically healthy my whole life up until when we had our fourth. We had moved cross country. I hadn't been taking care of myself. I had gained the most weight that I've ever gained in all my pregnancies. And I never had any issues with retaining fluid, but towards the end of this one, I did. My other three subsequent pregnancies, I did not. And after she was born, about a week after, I ended up getting coined the postpartum preeclampsia, which is the high blood pressure. So I ended up having to go to a hospital, do a stay, do the magnesium drip. It was terrible with a week old that you're still trying to adjust with. Pretty much after it, my numbers would fluctuate. They didn't put me on a medication. I didn't really want to be on a medication right away. I haven't been on a medication in 20 years. So I was bucking it, but eventually they were like, listen, this is life-threatening. You do need to be on something. And I understood that and respected it. In my postpartum journey, I'm going to do it short term, and we're going to figure this out. I'm not going to be on this forever. And after 6 weeks, when my blood pressure was still high, of course, they're like, you're chronic. You're going to have this for the rest of your life. You have to be on this for the rest of your life. And I totally rejected that, but I just let them say their piece and went on my merry way. And so it did take about 6 months. And finally, actually, the company that I work with, I was researching one of their main molecules, and I just looked at how it supports the cardiovascular system and supports your heart and supports blood pressure. So I just decided to go, not crazy, but to go really energetically taking it. And I started taking a lot. And within a week, my numbers were balancing on their own, because I would have to check my blood pressure every day. And within a week, the numbers were down and balancing. And I hadn't seen that in about 6 months. So I was able actually to get off of the medication using the product, that's the only health ailment really, truly, that I have had.
Okay, so tell us about what this product is.
And
Lots of people have trouble with blood pressure.
they do. And it's an overall inflammation too in your body.
Mhm.
So one of the products is actually the first product that was created by this company. And it's funny because it's a skincare company. So many people get turned off. They're like, I don't need makeup, or I don't need skincare, or I'm a guy, I don't need any of that stuff. But the base and the heart of this company is the owner, Thomas, was sick. He's never specifically said what he was sick with, but we all know he was sick, and he dove into olive oil and just drinking olive oil every day for 176 days. And he ended up reversing whatever his ailment was, getting off of any medication because modern medicine was failing him. He was not getting better. And he fully believes he wouldn't be here today if it weren't for the olive trees. So the olive trees have a compound in their leaves and their roots and their bark, and it's called hydroxytyrosol, and it's super high antioxidant content. It's antiviral, antimicrobial, antiparasitic. It's used as a preservative in a lot of the skincare products with this company. And one of the things it can also support is the circulatory system, so your heart and your blood pressure and all of those things. So it was the first product. It's a super high concentrate of pressed olive leaves, and it's bitter, but I just took it, and I probably took a fourth of a dropper, I don't know, 6-8 times a day for weeks. And for me, it stabilized what was otherwise going to be a chronic condition that I had the rest of my life. So, and we're already a year and a half after I did that, and it still stabilizes.
Okay. And are you still having to take it, or are you done taking it?
No, I don't have to take it, but because it has all that anti-inflammatory, it's like great for the immune system, boosting that and boosting your cells. I still take it. I don't take it as much as I did, and I can miss a few days if I'm traveling or we're busy or I forget, and it's not a problem. But I can feel when I don't, like in my feet, when I get up in the morning, I can feel if I'm more stiff versus higher inflammation, more than likely, whether I've taken it the day before or not. So for me, I'll still take it. I like it. But you don't have to. My numbers have stayed stable with inconsistently taking it some days.
Okay. And say the name of the product again.
It is, I think I packed it in here. So all of the products from this company, I don't know, my lighting is so terrible in here, so I'm going to put it close. So you can see it's the IO1. So this is the organic Camu Camu, and it's the highly concentrated olive leaf elixir mixed with Camu Camu, which has high vitamin C content. This is the first product ever created. All of the products from this company are going to have I for internal, or F for face, B for body, and they will have a number behind them, and that is the order of which they were created. So it's cool to be like, oh, I'm using F86. That was the 86th product created.
You feel it's really helped with some of the health conditions that you had postpartum. What are some other things that you're using from them right now, and how are they impacting you?
If these products were like, which one is your favorite? That would be a really hard decision to make. This is the olive mush, it's called. It has tons of mushrooms in it, cardamom, turmeric, chaga mushrooms. I think there might even be cinnamon in there. It's a powdered drink. And if you like a chai latte, it's like a dirty chai, but it's so good, and there's no caffeine in it. And I just mix it with water and a little bit of sweetener, and it's amazing. It's like a great winter drink. That's one of my favorites to have as it gets cold in the season. It's also really good on ice in the summer. They have another internal that's called the I66, and it has collagen. So it has that hydroxytyrosol mixed in it, and it also has collagen. And it is, I think it's a type 1 collagen, and it comes from porcine, so pig, but it's the pigs that actually eat and are around the olive groves. He's very much tied to synergistically using chemicals, products, whatever, that are around the olive tree. There's another one, the I70. I also take that. It has hyaluronic acid and then hydroxytyrosol, which is really good if you have dry skin. I just, one, love the taste of both of them, and two, I like the support that they both give. I'm 42. There are days I'm terrible at drinking water, and I can tell. And when I am consistently taking those, it definitely helps with my skin. Those are the main internals that I take. I will do shots of the olive oil too. I also cook with the olive oil. The olive oil is harvested twice a year from the olive groves, and it is cold pressed. It's amazing. It's like a nutty, peppery tasting olive oil. If you've ever tasted olive oil, it's delicious. And I just squeeze some lemon and that. And a lot of times that's the first thing that I will put in my body is olive oil and the shot of lemon. And it's delicious. I'm like all about the healthy fats, and I love olive oil. I could honestly drink it, like just a glass of it.
All right, I'm actually going to share the screen so we can show people what the website looks like.
There we go. It's loading. Yep.
All right, can you see that? Okay. So this is the company that she is talking about. It's Olive Tree People. I have just begun using some of these products. I'm also enjoying them quite a bit. It looks like right here at the top of the screen is this olive mush morning ritual that she was just talking about.
So good.
So there's a little bit of information here about that. And I will make sure that when we release the podcast video, we also include a link to the website for everyone.
And one of the things to note too, the basis of Olive Tree People is everything is waterless. We don't add water to any of the products, period. If water is ever listed, it is a byproduct. Plants have water in them when you condense them. So that's one of the things that sets the company apart. They don't add water. The water they don't add, they end up making wells in Africa for villages so that people have clean water and access to clean water.
Okay, so tell us why that's important, because I know that they have talked about that quite a few times on some of their videos on social media. Why is that so important inside of products?
Water is actually quite dirty and it carries so many pathogens, molds, parasites, all those things. And even though we clean it, we could distill it, it's just not as clean as you would want. And you're putting it on your face, your largest organ, for the most part, because we're talking about the skincare aspect. Yes, the internals, but for the most part, you don't want water because you have to add preservatives and you have to add emulsifiers to make sure that everything is consistent. But with Olive Tree People, they don't do that. Everything is waterless. They don't add water in. So when you look at any of your skincare, go in your bathroom, look at a hand soap or a lotion, the first ingredient is usually water or agua. And that generally fills like 70 to 75% of the product. So you're paying for water and you're paying for dead products too. The products with Olive Tree People are bioactive. They're actually alive. So they work so much better on your skin and with your body.
And I like that you also just brought up the fact that the skin is our biggest organ. And a lot of people don't take that into context. Like we think, okay, the things that we put in our body are more important than the things that we put on our body. But in reality, skin is your biggest organ. And everything that comes in contact with your skin is absorbed into your body.
100%.
There are so many different personal care products that contain chemicals that we would never ingest.
No.
So we should also not be putting them on our skin, but people don't even realize it.
Yep. And in the US, the FDA only bans, is it 11 or 15? But they do not ban very many products or ingredients that are harmful to your health. Whereas the European Union, where the olive tree products are created, they ban over 2,800 known toxic, harmful chemicals. And all of the products are manufactured in Europe and they have to adhere to those strict guidelines. And then they are imported and shipped to the US. So that's also huge. Their regulations there are so much stricter than here in the US.
Which has never made any sense to me because it's the same in the food industry in the United States, right? Take a package of oatmeal from the UK versus a package of oatmeal in the United States. They've got 3 to 5 ingredients. We've got 30 something in the same package of oatmeal. And most of them we can't even say.
I know. We don't even know what it is. And they use brokers and the brokers it might say organic, but actually because of trade secrets, a lot of times it might not be organic, or they say it doesn't contain nuts, but it very much may contain nuts. It's a whole rabbit hole and deep, dark rabbit hole that it's depressing when you go in there because the options here, if you want to shop like USA made, are very slim.
Yeah. So I know when we have been educating parents and families, I love the app Think Dirty because you can scan your body care products and come up with whether or not it's a clean body care product. And then it will also let you know, does it contain carcinogens? Does it contain gene mutators, which is something people don't think about that you're putting on your skin?
They don't. They don't at all. Wouldn't you think the stuff that you can have access to and buy would be safe and good for you? You would think that. Or if it says this, you would think it is that, not something else.
Yeah. Yep. And it absolutely should be. People have this expectation that if it's available in the store, it's been approved by an organization that's saying, yes, you can put this on your body or you can put this in your body.
And thinking it's been rigorously tested, where in fact it usually hasn't.
Right. Yeah. We're just so disheartening.
It is depressing, but I'm glad that I started digging into a lot of this stuff
Mhm.
before I had kids. And then once I had kids, I think I doubled down because I was breastfeeding and I didn't want me putting on makeup every day to be accumulating in my breast milk and given to my child. So I think
Right.
that's one of the biggest things of why I started out in this like cleaner, safer skincare, all of that. I didn't want that anymore. And I didn't want my kids being exposed to that either.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So, are there other things inside of this company that you think are really important for people to know about right now?
They did just come out with a no makeup line. So they just launched what's called Olive Rose. And again, the base is hydroxytyrosol. There is no water added into the products. And it is the first of their kind. There's no other company out there that is doing a waterless makeup. There are some skincare companies that are attempting to do waterless, but no one else in the world ever. It's like a brand new company that came out. And I actually have on their mascara, which this is a terrible like view with this camera and everything, but I have their mascara on and their blush, and I use their blush on my eyes and I use it on my cheeks too. And it's flawless. It blends so well because it's like a cream. In the mascara, I am so picky. This mascara is top notch. I spend a significant amount of money on mascara trying new ones all the time because I'm always
Mhm.
trying to find better ones that work. And this one, I'm like, I don't need to anymore. I had just ordered some a few weeks ago before this came, and I'm
Mhm.
going to return it. It's sitting in my cabinet. I'm like, I'm never going to use it. I'm never going to open it. And I
Mhm.
love that the company at its core, he just wants to heal people and heal the world. And I love that. And they're also another thing that's new is they're working toward Demeter status. Have you ever heard of that?
No, what's that?
So Demeter status is you think of organic and non-GMO. That usually is a fairly decent status, right, of a company.
Right. Mhm.
A B Corp can be, the fair trade logo can be. Demeter status is like on a whole other level because they look only 1% of companies that even apply for Demeter get it because they look at the regeneration that you're doing so that you're healing the earth that you're getting the supplements from, basically. So we're using the olive trees that we're
Mhm.
healing these groves and making it better from when we came. So when you dig into the Demeter, it's whoa, that is some intense qualifications. And more than likely, they're going to be getting it this next year.
Very cool.
It
That's
is.
awesome to hear about. Hmm.
It makes me comfortable that I'm ingesting the products, using them on my skin, using them on my kids. I don't
Mhm.
have any issues with that whatsoever.
Okay. If anybody has questions and they want more information, how do they reach you?
They can find me. My name is Kari Oshien on social media on Instagram or on Facebook, or they can contact you, or if they follow my husband and they want to talk to him. I'm around. I don't respond as fast to people in messages. So give me grace and give me time because first and foremost, my kids and homeschooling comes first.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
I deal with messages.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am glad that we ran into each other.
Yes.
And I'm excited to explore more of their products as I just got my first box a few days ago. So, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. And make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, and share so you know when the next video is available.
Bye.